Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Oh, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Sky Blue Fans TV. I'm Milesy. I will be hosting this evening. Ken is working, Mark is working, but we have got some guests on for us, and we'll be talking a little bit about the Swansea game first tonight, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the Sky Blues just after we've had our Swansea fan on. We just like to give a big thank you to the Sky Blue Tavern, Dylan's Brewery. Also, Mr. View Sky for the wonderful clips in the intro. Neon signs. If you ever want to get a neon sign like I've got in the background, don't forget to get over to their website, www.neonnow.co.uk. Use our code SPFTV10 and you get a 10% discount on any sign, not just football signs, but any sign. Also, we've got Central Health and Safety Solutions as one of our partners, and CCFC Prints, and not forgetting Anthony Hawks, who does all our logos, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's get the show underway. It's been an exciting few days thinking about the game ahead coming this Saturday. So let's get our guests on. So first of all, we got Vicky Oakes. Good evening, Vicky.
Hi, Miles. You all right?
Yes. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, top notch. Thank you. It's all good.
Good. Good. Excited for the weekend?
Yeah, we're looking forward to two good matches, Swansea and then the England ladies on Sunday. Good weekend.
Yeah, really good. Now we've got also one of our sponsors from Central Health and Safety Solutions, Wayne Vaughan. Good evening, mate. Good evening.
Good evening, Marley. Good evening, Vicky.
Evening.
And Wayne, you were the only one that picked 3-0 at the weekend, so you win the Coventry City shirt.
I know. Yay.
All them entries we had, and you were the only one that picked 3-0. It's unbelievable, that is. You jammy bugger.
There was a couple went 4-0, 3-1. I bet they were like willing on another goal, but there was only the 1-3-0. It was
I had a word.
Yeah.
And then we've got our Welsh contingent Sky Blue Army living in Wales. We've got Steve and Tom Price. Good evening, lads.
Evening, guys.
Good evening.
Evening.
Brilliant
Evening.
stuff. We'll come to you very shortly. We'll come to you very shortly, guys. And also, we've got our Swansea fan on tonight.
Hello
The
there.
Welsh Army. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How's it going? You all right?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Good. No problems. Thanks for coming on. It's great to have some opposition fans to come on and have a little chat with us. So listen, we've lost 2 games out of the 3. Got beat down at Wimbledon in the cup. Got beat at Leicester only just. And then we had a real good performance against Middlesbrough. How's Swansea's season started for us all? Tell everyone about it.
We had a draw against Birmingham on the opening day, and then we beat Northampton in the cup, and then we lost 3-2 against West Bromwich Albion on Saturday just gone.
How have you been performing? I mean, mixed results there. I mean, you were behind against West Brom. I heard at one point. I think you were 2-0 down, wasn't you?
I think it was 3-0 down at one stage.
Was it 3-0 down? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And how did they perform? Because I mean, you did a fantastic comeback with us last season. We were 3-0 up at the CBS Arena. You pulled it back in the last 15 minutes to make it 3-all. Did you think that was going to happen again against West Brom?
I think so. I think as soon as we went 3-0 down, I think Michael Duff must have said something to the players and then inspired them. I think we were unlucky not to come away with a point in the end, because we definitely stepped up. But being 3-0 down, can't happen every weekend, because we're not going to come back every time. But to come back 3-2 wasn't a bad score in the end, despite us playing very poorly in that first half.
You've made a few signings through the summer. I mean, one of them that we were linked to, Jerry Yates. How's he been performing?
We scored the equaliser on the first day against Birmingham. So and obviously he's played since, but he obviously hasn't scored since that game. But he looks a good, promising player from Blackpool, of course.
And who were you most impressed with your summer signings so far? Obviously, there's still a few weeks to go in the old transfer window.
Yeah.
Who
It's got to be
so far?
It's got to be Carl Rossworth for me. He looks an outstanding young goalkeeper. I'm so glad we managed to sign him on loan from Brighton.
And what about, have you heard any more incomings coming into the club, or is that it now? Have you finished?
We've been linked with Bashi Humphreys from Chelsea, the young centre-back. But I think it's all gone cold on that front at the minute because Chelsea, I think, want to keep him. I think Pochettino wants to keep him at the club. But we heard earlier that he might still want to join us on loan. But I think Chelsea are trying to sort something out before anything goes. And, of course, Joe Pirro, our top scorer last season, Sheffield United seem to be coming back in for him because what's the club called? Aston Villa won't let Archer go, the young striker, then they're going to come in and make a move for Pirro, I think.
So, I mean, with Swansea, I mean, we know it's a tough place to come. Last season we had a 5-hour journey to get to you guys. It was a Good Friday, and my terrible journey for a 0-0 draw, which was a bit drab, but it's one of those. And I've been informed kindly from Steve, who's on the air tonight with us, that Wales are playing South Africa, so we might have the same bloody journey again to come down to Swansea. I mean, what sort of atmosphere are we expecting this season? Are the fans buoyant? Do they think you're going to have a more successful season?
I think so. Obviously, new mans are coming in, new loan players coming in. It's going to take time to gel with everything, but we down here are very confident that Michael Duff can get the players gelling. Yes, we've signed loads of loan players, and the likes of Pirro might go and stuff like that. But I think we've built a good, strong squad. We actually got strength and depth on the bench. Yes, there's a few youngsters chucked in there, but it looks promising. I'm hoping that we can push for playoffs, but obviously we still haven't got a win under our belts. Hopefully that can come on Saturday. Sorry to tell you, but hopefully a win's around the corner.
Well, you did beat Northampton Town, which we never have much luck against Northampton Town. They knocked us out the Carabao Cup last season. I think the last time we played them as well, they beat us. So at least you got one win there under your belt, in the cup. And we got turned over with about 10 minutes to go against Wimbledon. And we were 1-0 up comfortably, and we blew it. So, you could be in for one hell of a game, especially if you've conceded 3 this weekend and you tried to get it back to 3-2. It could be an exciting encounter, couldn't it? I mean,
definitely.
We've had a massive turnaround of players. We've just lost Gustavo Hamer, which is a little bit knife in the heart. It hurts to even say that he's gone to Sheffield United. I can't believe he's gone there, to be honest with you. But I mean, is there anyone that you've seen in our team so far that that probably could be a big threat for you? I mean, we know who they are, but is there anyone that you've noticed from watching highlights or anything like that?
I've seen a couple of your games on the highlight show, but obviously not to rub it in or anything. But Ellis Sims, of course, we were linked with him, and obviously he went to Coventry. But it is what it is. Football can be a weird place sometimes. Bickett did actually. We were looking forward to signing him, but obviously he chose Coventry instead. I wish him all the best, of course. But guaranteed. Latta Baudier, who was with us last season. Either him, Bidwell or Palm was bound to score, and the Swansea curse will continue against ex-players scoring against us. So it's bound to happen. And obviously, I probably would have said Gorkarez, but obviously he's left Coventry now. And yeah, are you happy with obviously not happy with him going, but the price you had for him was pretty decent, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the big thing for us is that we got to the playoffs last season. We sold Victor for just over 23 million euros, so 20 million quid, which only cost us $1 million. Same as Hamer's gone for 15, around about that sort of figure. So to cash in on that and to really, I mean, we've never had a summer like this. To be honest with you, I think we've spent just under £20 million on players, and we're shocked. The fans were absolutely shocked, didn't we, guys? I mean, the most expensive player we ever saw was Robbie Keane for 5 million. You can't believe it. We've just gone and spent 9 million on old Haji Wright, which is just unbelievable for us. But you pronounced his name better than I can. Latabodier. We've been very impressed with him since he's joined us. How was he at Swansea last season? Because when we signed him, there was a lot of Twitter, backwards and forwards going, "Oh, he's not very good. He's rubbish." Blah blah blah. We had that when we signed Bidwell. Your fans were similar again. I mean, what was he like for you? Because he's been solid for us, we think, so far.
Yeah, you got a real good player on your hands in Latabodier, to be honest with you. And gutted he's gone because, like you said, some of the Swansea fans and stuff you heard on Twitter and stuff like that, every player has their off day, and then people just like forget like the good times, like how well he can defend and all that. But yeah, I think he's going to be pretty well for you, and I wish him all the best at Coventry. And it's quite sad to see him go, but that's football at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, I mean, you only got to see, losing Hamer is just seriously, it's killing. It hurts. It really hurts, especially to go into Sheffield United. Unbelievable. So, I mean, going into Saturday's game, the fans, are they going to be like we always have the banter, with the old sheep and all that, and England and Wales and all this? Is it going to be like that again this weekend, do you think, or are we past that now?
No, we never passed that, are we? Whatever era we're in, we're never going to get past that old scenario, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah, well, we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. Listen, let's get some score predictions. So I'm going to go round the room. We'll start with Victoria. Victoria, what do you reckon to Saturday? How do you think it's going to go for us?
I think it'll be tight. I think, like you've already said, it's always a tough place to go, Swansea, isn't it? I always think Swansea are a bit of a weird team in so much as that every season I think they look like they could be a sort of playoff contender, and then they just always fall a little bit short. But lots of times you'll watch them and think how good they are, so it makes it quite hard to work out exactly what sort of team you're going to ever face, because there's obviously some sort of inconsistency there. I'm slightly bothered about winning the league yet, because that makes me think that's going to come at some point. So I'd be quite happy if we can maybe get a draw and carry on and picking up points. So maybe 1-1.
1-1. Yeah. And Wayne, I mean, are you coming down, Wayne? Are you coming to the game this weekend?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I'm a bit more confident than Vicky. I'm going to go for a 3-1 to us.
Oh, there's no shirt on it this week, mate. How do you think it's going to pan out, though? How do you think we're going to play? Do you think?
From what I've seen so far, which is obviously every game, we've played well enough to win every single game. We just haven't taken our chances. The difference in the last game was that we actually took our chances. So I'm hoping the more we gel, the more we'll keep taking them chances. The new guys we got up front, the defenders are playing awesome. I just think we'll keep going from strength to strength, personally.
And it's good that they've had a week together now. They've been coming in dribs and drabs, the players. They haven't really had a full week to train. Do you think that's going to benefit us going into Saturday, that Robbins has had a chance to sit with them all and explain how we want to play, especially Ellis? He's been getting a lot of stick, unfortunately. Just let you know that, Jack, by the way. Ellis has been getting a lot of stick because everyone thinks he's a replacement for Victor Gyökeres, but he's not that sort of player. Our replacement for him is Haji Wright. But I mean, do you think that Robbins has had time now this week to sit there with them and explain how it's going to go and they're learning a lot more this week?
I think so. I think week on week that'll be the case. And to go back to Sims, I think Gyökeres started off like that as well, didn't he, with some of the fans as well? He certainly wasn't a finished product. And Robbins and Adi got the best out of him, and I think they'll do that with all the players we've got personally.
Yeah. And Steve and Tom, good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
How is you literally down the road from Jack? So I mean, you guys, did you get up to the CBS last week?
No, we watched both games on Sky. Obviously, we were on Sky. We were at the cricket last weekend, watching the 100. But I thought we looked really good last weekend. I think what'll happen on Saturday, it looks like Swansea are starting slow and finishing strong. You know, they were 1-0 down against Birmingham, 3-0 down against West Brom, came back in both games really strongly, and West Brom were hanging on, even though they were 3-0 up, like we know at the CBS. So I agree with Vicky, but I think Cov will score first and Swansea come back for 1-1. So,
Tom?
Yeah, I think it'll be a tight game. I don't think there's a lot between the two clubs on paper, the teams we've got at the moment. But obviously, we've got a lot of new players who are still learning the system and finding out, each other, how they play. It's going to take a while before they all click, especially with Sims. But I think we'll nick it 2-1. Close, but I think we'll nick it.
But don't you think the pressure's gone from Matty Godden? All the pressure was on Matty Godden. And then last weekend he turned it round. Now all the attention's on Ellis Sims. He's got to get that first goal, hasn't he?
He will do. He will do. It will come. Now, Jack, we'll come to you on your score. I just want to ask you, it wasn't the best of seasons for you last season, but where do you think you're going to finish this season before I get your score prediction for the weekend?
I think we're going to finish fifth in the final table.
Okay, so in the playoffs,
Yeah,
us in the final.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're going up automatic this year, Miles. Automatic for us.
I haven't been able to give my prediction yet because every time I come on, it's gone off. We're looking forward to Saturday. We're hoping it's not going to be a 5-hour journey again because I work down. I wasn't coming down to Swansea this year. I'm at Swerve and Cardiff because I'm sick to death of the journey. But it's just I can't miss a game. It just ain't right missing a game. So give us a score then, Jack. Come on.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but I think Swansea are going to win 2-0 comfortable.
2-0. How's the pitch?
Looking
How's
good.
the pitch?
Looking good.
Yeah. I noticed the other night I was watching Match of the Day Sunday morning when I got up, and I noticed Sheffield United's pitch. There's loads of patches all over it, so they haven't even looked awful for a Premier League pitch. So I mean, we've got an absolute carpet compared with last season. I mean, it's unbelievable our pitch because it's style of play. Now I know. One last question. I know last season you played a lot of you played a lot of hold ball. You were holding the ball a lot, making teams run around, chasing the game, chasing the ball. Are you still playing that way?
It seems to be Michael Duff seems to be having a bit more slightly change of mind. He seems to be more like pressing teams, but obviously it might change compared to the Birmingham and West Brom game. We changed formation, so hopefully I think we're playing a 3 at back against West Brom on the weekend, and obviously I don't think it worked personally because he did 3 goals and 3-0 down. But I don't know. I think we're trying to I think he's trying to figure out his best formation, his best team still. But who knows? Hopefully we get a win this weekend and prove all the doubters wrong, saying that we signed so many loan players and calling the Swansea loaner as we had hanging over our heads a couple of seasons ago. But yes, hopefully a win coming Saturday now.
Well, having loan players, it doesn't hurt because look at Forest. They went up with loan players. Middlesbrough had a great season last season with loan players, although they didn't make the final like us. But but the only problem is when you have loan players is at the end of the season you've got to rebuild again the following season. So you're always you're sort of like up and down, and you need a little bit of consistency in our team. And I think for us, with Victor going and Hamer, I think we thought it was going to set it a little bit. It did for the first couple of games, but I thought Saturday they started to look. We could see what we'd spent our money on. So yeah, but listen, Jack, thanks for coming on, mate. Absolutely
Thank you for having
superb.
me on.
No problem at all. Good luck for the rest of the season, but not for Saturday.
Thank you, you too, and safe travels coming down as well.
Cheers, mate. Thanks again. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Well, there we are, guys. Really good, really good. Now, before we carry on, we're going to talk a little bit more about Saturday, and then we're going to come on to some more things in the second half. I just want to say massive congratulations to England ladies. I know there's been a bit of something on the news today that all they kept saying was the Lionesses, they're not calling them England, blah, blah, blah. They're England, the Lionesses, who cares? England are in a World Cup final. Don't care if it's the under 18s, 16s, 21s, whatever. England ladies are in the final. And I'll tell you something now. How impressive was that performance against Australia, Vic?
Great game, wasn't it? Great game, great performance. I really enjoyed it.
It was good. It was good. Wayne, did you watch it?
I didn't manage to make it, no. But I will Sunday.
And what about? Oh, I'll definitely Sunday, yeah. And Tom and Steve, I know you're Welsh, but did you watch the Lionesses England ladies?
I saw the extended highlights, and the quality of the 4 goals, especially the Australian one, was excellent. The quality of the game I saw, the extended highlights for, looked really, really good. And just shows sometimes, they were poor against, in the earlier rounds, that game they got through on penalties. Nigeria outplayed that day. But sometimes you just got to stick in there, grind out a draw, and then you get a quality performance like that in the semi-finals. I thought they were excellent.
I guess in the playoffs, we ground out a draw against Middlesbrough and then blew them away at their place.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. So
Germany,
now let's.
So I was just going to say Germany have always done that a lot in like the men's World Cup, haven't they? In Euros, that's been their sort of style. Start slow and build up, and it's the way to win a tournament, really, isn't it? Save your best football for the end. That's just going to agree with.
I mean, the thing that impresses me is I think they've got about 4 or 5 players out that were in the Euros and they've injured and they couldn't go, and we've got to the final. I mean, it just shows how far the team. But it reminds me of Mark Robbins and Adi Vidas with the managerial side of the things. The off the field that goes on behind the scenes. They're really together as a team, aren't they? And that's what we were like last season. We were a team up against it, no matter what. Everyone thought we weren't going to get there, and we got there, and we were 1 kick away. So congratulations to England ladies. We'll all be watching on Sunday, and I just hope they go and do it, because to do the double would be fantastic, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely amazing. I mean, my cousin Martin, his granddaughter Lily May, she plays football. She absolutely loves it. She's storming it. She's doing really well. So the girls' game, ladies' games coming on and on and on all the time, isn't it? It really is. Let's get some comments in before we carry on about Saturday. Mark Cunningham says, good evening all. Andy Littlewood says, good evening all. Luke Carter, evening. Danny Drury, good evening, Danny. How are you, mate? Hi, Miles. Karen, how's you? All good. Now I'm turned 50. Still getting used to that one, but there you go. Claudio says, you plugged your internet in tonight. Well, do you know what? I've gone out and I've spent 100 quid on some new routers, right, all around the house. So hopefully my internet is going to be all right. Otherwise, I've wasted 100 quid on some routers. And I've only done it for this show, so I can blooming come on. Danny Joy says, hi, Luke Carter. Good evening, Luke. Where are we? Sky Blue Hub has put, good evening. What's going on with Liam Walsh? Well, I forgot to ask that one, but apparently he's injured again. I did see that and I forgot to ask it. Sorry, Sky Blue Hub, I just missed it. I was well away with the fairies. I'm getting too excited tonight because I'm back on air. It's great. Darren Mazat, good evening. Well, hi. That's me, Sky Blue Fans TV. Ian Small, hi guys. And also, Vicky, is that vodka?
No, it's just water. Just water.
That's what we all say.
Mine's water. No,
On
it's
it.
not the lemonade. Claudio put, any chance of some subtitles? Is that for Stephen Tom? Is that for Claudio? Oh God, I don't know. What are we like? We live and die in these towns. Evening people, I'm going for 3-2 win on Saturday. I have a feeling it's going to be a much better game than last season with lots of goals. PUSB. Oh yeah, Victoria, you've answered there. You put water. If Hadji Wright starts, I see another 3-0. Going on to Hadji Wright, we'll come on to that. How do you think he's going to? I mean, at the weekend, he's rapid, isn't he? He's absolutely rapid. I mean, I think the fastest player we've ever had since Paul Williams, if I remember right, the flying postman. But do you think he could start Saturday, Vic, talking about Saturday's game?
No, I don't know. I think Robbins is quite fixed in his ways, isn't he? I think he'll still persevere with Ellis to start with. And I think that he wants Ellis to get his goal, and I think he'll stick with the same starting and then bring Wright on. That's what I think he'll do.
And Tom and Steve, you've watched it on. How has? I mean, we're watching it from the stands, so we only get to see it once what we see. But how has Ellis Sims looked on telly when you've been watching it? What's he look like? Because I get frustrated sometimes with some of the comments that I hear in the stands, or I haven't been on Twitter this week because my phone's broke. It's coming tomorrow, hopefully. But I mean, what's he look like on telly? What the commentators said about him on the telly?
He's getting in good areas, isn't he? He's nearly there. He's like that shot he had against Borough. He got in the right area, won the ball. Had a shot. And it was just straight to the keeper's feet, wasn't it? So it's coming. I think it is coming. Just give him a bit of time. And sometimes he's made the wrong run when someone's put a ball through. Not familiar with the players where they're going to put it. So give him a couple of weeks, and he'll probably be on 3 or 4 goals. So yeah,
he's looked a little bit clumsy for me. Just can't quite get the ball. His long legs, just not quite. But it'll come. And like Tom says, he's made a few wrong runs just because he's new to the team. He'll get there definitely. But everyone was talking about Godden before Borough. And now that's put to bed for a bit, and it's over to Sims, isn't it? And Sims will come good, definitely. He's proven at this level when he was on loan at Sunderland. And, he scored against Chelsea, didn't he, last year? So it can't be bad.
Yeah. I mean, my opinion on Sims, and I went to MK Dons. That was my first friendly of the season. I missed the first 2 because I was busy at work. But I went to MK Dons. He scored 2 cracking goals at MK Dons. I know it was against MK Dons, who are in League 2, but he still had to get the shots away to score. And the 2 shots he had and the 2 goals he scored, I thought he took them really, really well. Now, a few days later, we went to Exeter. And just before, when they were warming up, Vicky, you've probably seen this, when they were shooting at the goal in the warm-up, he had 1 shot and he pulled up tight. And he was doing a lot of stretches. He didn't kick the ball after that. He didn't touch a ball. All he did through the warm-up, before they went back in the changes, before they come out, he was doing a lot of stretches. Adi Varvash had a little chat with him for at least 3 or 4 minutes. And during that game, he looked tight. He didn't look as if he was moving freely. He didn't look like he was relaxed. He didn't look like he was able to run. He looked like he was struggling to even just chase anything. And I think that's carried on through Leicester, through Wimbledon, although, and then it carried on to the weekend. But at the weekend, I noticed he looked a lot more sharper. I sat with Will and I said to Will, he's looking better today. You can see it. It was probably his best game so far. Now, a lot of people probably disagree with me on this, but I noticed there was something between Exeter, Leicester and Wimbledon that wasn't quite right. So was it fitness? Do you think he did too much as soon as he come back? Because don't forget, the Premier League finished after us. So he didn't have much time off, and then he's come straight back in to start playing football again. So he ain't really had a break, has he, Wayne?
No, I agree with you, Exeter. He looked like he was labouring, but I think as each game's come along, I think, like you say, I think he's starting to get his fitness there, and he's got a gel with the other players as well. And I can see that with him and Godden, you know. And I think they're both snatching, and they're so desperate to score. I think that's why they're not. Bearing in mind, Godden has been one of our best natural finishers for a while. So yeah, I think Sims will come good. I really do. But I agree with Vicky. I think he'll start again on Saturday. I think it's just a bit too early for Hadji. And I think they'll persevere with him.
Yeah. Okay. Right now, listen, we're going to go for a quick ad break, and we'll be back very shortly. Hope you enjoy the new ad break.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
And welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. I'm Milesy. Just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors and our partners: Sky Blue Tavern, Dillon's Brewery, Mr. View Sky, Neon Now, Central Health and Safety Solutions. We'll talk a little bit about them very shortly. CCFC Prints and Anthony Hawks, who does all our logos, which is absolutely superb. So let's welcome our guests back to the show. Vicky, you all right? All good?
All good.
Good. Steve and Tom.
All good.
And Wayne. Now, did you notice anything about the ad break there?
The shirts colours.
Hey?
The shirt colours.
What? All the shirt colours. Hey? And they are actually the shirt colours. I got the codes for the colours and I did them all. I've been on it all week. It's doing me head in. Right, okay. Let's get some more comments flying in. Let's have a look. Let's see where we're at. Where are we going? Let's see where we are. We've got Mark Smith. Good evening, Mark. I thought he was working tonight. I'm going for 1-1 draw. We've got Richard Gayton. City will have their shooting boots on. 3-0 on Saturday. What else we got? We live and die in these towns. Now that Haim has been sold, some wise investments in another solid centre-back, centre midfield, a striker, and I think we could go one better this season, hoping for a centre-back, Liam Kitchen, centre midfield, Jess Bosch, and striker, anyone. Anyone? Can't just have anyone, can you? You've got to have, you know what I mean? You've got to have... You got to go out and find someone. I'm sure there's something out there. I mean, they're not going to sell Hamer and not have a replacement. Look, Vic, they got Ellis Sims in before they got rid of Vic. Sky Blue Hub, a draw would be a good result Saturday. No, we're not having a draw. We're going to win. I'm not going all that way for a blooming draw again. No chance in a million years. Sky Blue Hub to the Lionesses on Sunday. England ladies, not Lionesses. England. Oh, I'm getting carried away. What's this one here? Ian Small flying out from France for Sunderland. Oh, great. It'll be good to see you, mate. Hopefully we'll bump into you. That's an early kickoff, isn't it, Sunderland? 12 o'clock. Is that right?
You'll be able to sit next to Gus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. Yes, Gus is coming, isn't he? Paul Clifford. Hi, Wayne. How was your Cockney pub crawl? How was your pub? How was it?
Oh, good couple of days. Thank you very much. Not so good for my liver, but yeah, it was good.
Brilliant. Now, Wayne, we'll come to you first. Now, you sponsor us. You're a new sponsor this season. Thank you very much for joining our partnership, sponsorship. You kindly donated some money towards our Raven reporting new wireless microphones. Tell us a little bit about Central Health and Safety Solutions, and what can people expect if they hire you or if they've got events going on.
So predominantly we do external events. So we've got a few at Ragley Hall, giving fire and medic cover, water cover. We provide paramedics, firefighters. My background is 30 years in the fire service. I've just retired last November from Warwickshire Fire and Rescue Service. My business partner is 27 years into his, so he's got 3 more years left, but we do this as well. I'm now on full-time on this. I'm semi-retired, I suppose. We do first aid training, risk assessments, fire risk assessments, event planning, water rescue, working at height. We do a plethora of things. We're at Ragley Hall at the end of this month, bank holiday weekend, 25,000 people from Thursday through till Monday. A music event and a camping event. So yeah, we can supply fire extinguishers, servicing fire extinguishers, all that sort of stuff. And we go into business and do risk assessments, fire risk assessments. So yeah.
How did you get into all that? I mean, what made you get into that?
Well, I knew I was coming up to retirement, and 30 years has gone in a blink of an eye. So my business partner was doing it on his own, and I was helping him out, and he needed somebody because he was getting a bit busier that he could trust. And we came together in 2016. So yeah, I knew I'd got a few years left before I retired, but like I say, my 30 years has gone a blink of an eye. So all of a sudden, I'm not in the service anymore. And this is obviously very similar because it's fire and medical cover, which we're all trained for. We're all trained water rescue and all that, working at height. So it was just a natural fit for me. It's something I've enjoyed for 30 years, and I wanted to carry on enjoying it. The rules around the fire services pensions is that if you stop longer than 30 years, you start losing money. So you're sort of forced out in that sense. So yeah, so it was something I wanted to carry on doing, and now doing it for myself.
Brilliant. And how can anyone get in touch with you if they want to hire you or buy a fire extinguisher, or I don't know? How would they get in touch with you?
www.centralhealthandsafety.co.uk. That's the email address. We've got a website with that as well, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter. So yeah.
A big thank you, mate, for helping us out. We really appreciate it, and I know you've been following us for the last couple of years, which is superb. And you sit behind me at the football. What more could you want?
I know. Living the dream.
I haven't given a big shout out to the producer of our music. I've got to give a shout out. I don't think anyone's done it yet because I haven't been on all season so far. But Glenn's put loving the ska punk music. Now, thank you very much, Glenn. It wasn't me that did it. It wasn't any of us that did it. It was the wonderful Gareth Withers. He put the track together. I was pestering him all since close of season. I kept saying, when are you going to do us a new tune? Give us something that commentary related. So he come up with a little bit of ska tune. I think it's lovely. I think it's great. It's something that is close to my heart, and with the specials and Terry Hall passing away and all that sort of thing was very sad, and it's good to try and carry that music through, and hopefully everyone that follows us enjoys the music and what we try and do and put together for you all. Sky Blue Hub have come on. There's a couple of names flying around here, guys. We've got some money. I can't believe we've got money. I just literally can't get my head around it, to be honest with you. 9 million quid for a striker. And what a striker he is, had you right. I mean, Saturday was so exciting. The way we played football was just unbelievable. You could see where we spent the money, and we've always gone, oh, it's another loan, or it's another free transfer, blah, blah, blah. But there's a few names flying around here. Tom Cannon on loan from Everton. I wonder if he'd fire a few shots. Never know yet. Sam McCallum to come back. I don't think he'll fit now. Really, I think we're that little step ahead than Sam McCallum now. I think. And Chris Willock from QPR. we'll come to you, Steve and Tom. What do you make to those names?
Apart from Sam McCallum, obviously, I don't know too much about the other two. I know we've been linked to 2 Barnsley players, including Kitchen, and they both played midweek and played, well, the team played really badly. They lost at home to Peterborough. So it didn't fill me with a lot of confidence. But yeah, I mean, we were saying at the start of the show, we got 20 million for Gyökeres. We've got 7 players in. We're stronger without Gyökeres, I believe. We've lost Gus. Obviously, on the eve of the Middlesbrough game, it was a total disaster. We won 3-0. But until we get 2 or 3 signings in for Gus, we're obviously weaker because of that. So I was hoping we're going to announce something this week. And I'm hoping that, Joe Perreault's going to go, hopefully Friday night, because, we got a couple of weeks on the window. If Joe Perreault goes, I think that's a massive fillip for us. But I don't know too much about Willock and Cannon.
Yeah,
Tom,
I think,
what do you make to those names?
I think a lot of the transfer business we've done have been players that no one's heard of before. Sakamoto, Haji Wright, players like that. And they've come in and they've done well so far. Who'd heard of Gyökeres or Hamer before they came to us? So I'm not one for throwing names around. I think the scouts will do their job. They always have done. And it might be someone we've never heard of before again. And they come in and end up being one of the better players in the league.
Yeah. And Vic, another name I've heard flying around this week. Not Harry Styles, but Styles from Barnsley.
Callum, isn't it?
Callum.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, I know a lot of people were saying on Facebook, weren't they? Say again, sorry.
£2 million clause.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been saying on Facebook and various social media that they thought we should move away from the Barnsley players because they didn't play very well on Wednesday. But you can't judge a player one game, can you? It's just crazy. I saw quite a lot of them last season. And they both look decent players. I think that's and I think almost to a certain degree, we're then doing what's happened to us. They didn't manage to get promoted, so people are picking off their best players to take them up a league that they probably deserve to be in. So I think that's positive. I think ultimately I just trust Robbins. I think if it's the players he wants and he wants to bring them in and he thinks he can make them better and gel, I'm happy with that. I ultimately trust his judgment on that.
Wayne, I mean, for you, where do you think we need a few more players?
You broke up there, Miles.
Where do you think we need to strengthen with the money that we've got for Hamer? Losing us.
I think it might be.
Who's
I can hear you,
Vicky,
Miles. That was to you, Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne. Where do you think we need to strengthen?
Okay. So obviously, central attacking midfielder. I'd like to see another striker or maybe 2 if we can. The Barnsley fans aren't happy that we're linked with their captain, so that to me is a good thing. I'm not sure about the defender. I don't know too much about him. But yeah, Sam McCallum for me, I don't think we need him. But then again, we need players on the bench. We've said before in the podcast before that our bench was sorrowful last year, and that's where we struggled. Even the Wembley game, we really struggled, didn't we? To give an injured player 20 minutes and then take them off. So players like that, they could maybe be impact players off the bench. All I know is that at the moment, Robbins and the AD are working their magic again, and bringing players in. And I do like that we're bringing players in that people haven't heard of. We bought Waghorn in, didn't we, which is a journeyman, and look how that panned out. So I like the unknown. I really do. They've got no pressure on themselves either, have they? Apart from their own self pressure to play well. There's no perceptions there already.
Yeah. Just a couple of comments coming in about Sims here. Agree with Miles. Sims looked like he was struggling, but he will come good. Mark Smith's come in and said it's too early for Sims. Give it another 8 games minimum. Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely do agree. Now we're going to talk about the new signings. One in particular for me. I've been dying. about this man. Met him after MK Dons. I was so chuffed I met him. And Rich was sat behind me Saturday, first time he'd seen him, and he got very excited because the little man. I know you think I know you know who I'm talking about. The little man on the right hand side sent the Middlesbrough left back the wrong way 3 times on Saturday. He goes, "Where's he go?" He goes, "There's no left way." It's like, "Wow, there he goes." It's like one way or the other, or the other. And that's what he did. And I heard Rich behind me just go, Sakamoto. He is one player that I think is going to light up this league. I've got a shirt behind me. You probably can't see it, but I've got a Sakamoto Japan shirt. Right? I've always wanted a Japanese player playing for Coventry City. We've got one. He's wicked, and his little movement is just amazing. The guy, he just sends everyone the wrong way, and it is so funny to watch because you're watching him run with it, and you know the defender's going to commit, and he goes the other way, and the defender turns around, he goes, "Where's he gone?" Because he's that small. He's brilliant. I mean, for me, Sakamoto is got to be my favourite signing of the season. Victoria?
Yeah, I think it's a cracking signing. And like Wayne said, the fact that we're bringing in these players that we didn't even really know about before, and then they turn out to be really exciting makes it even better, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, he looks like the sort of player that's going to get people up off the edge of their seat, isn't he? So he comes on and he just gives everyone a bit of a lift, and it's an exciting option to have. And yeah, I mean, for me, I think the one, like my favourite, I mean, it's difficult because I think we've done so well, and I've got so many sort of players that I really like that we've brought in to really signal one out. But I think probably Roy looks like he's going to be a really top signing as well. That's so between the two of them, I think it's going to be real firm fan favourites, I think, going forward. Yeah.
What, Wayne? What about you, mate?
I've loved all the new signings, to be honest with you. Like I say, Saka, I just wish we'd sign people I could pronounce. That Milan, whatever his surname is, I think is going to, once he gets his speed back, I think he's going to be flying past
I
people.
know it.
That's the one, yeah. Milan, I said. So yeah, I just think I can't say anything negative really. I'm just buzzing. I'm just buzzing as each game comes, and I'm the sort of person that takes each game as it comes. You know, the 2 losses, we forget about them. I'll take the positives out of them because there were plenty of positives in the 2 losses. We could have won. We could have won both of them. So yeah, I'm liking Bobby Thomas at the minute. Nobody's mentioned him. Defence, I think he's massively replaced McNally, and at the moment, from what I'm seeing, I think he'll be better than McNally. So yeah.
Tom and Steve. I mean, you can see we've spent money, can't you? You can see it in the players. Who's impressed you two so far watching this on TV?
Well, we were at Shrewsbury, so we saw Sakamoto at Shrewsbury, but the team were really leggy that day. I think he had them training on the Friday, and it was obviously pre-season, and we looked a bit leggy, but still exciting. But we talked about the bench last season. We lost games like against Burnley. We went toe-to-toe with Burnley. Then they bring on players that with massive quality, and we're not. But I think for me, Sakamoto had an impact when he came on the weekend. But Haji Wright, when he came on against Leicester, and he's a couple of minutes and he's done a great shot, and the keeper's touched it with the end of his fingertip, and it's gone post bar, and Gordon made a bit of a mess of the follow-up. But, you know, he's really exciting. He's so quick, and he's quite tall. We're not used to having too many tall players up front. I think Haji Wright is absolutely superb.
Tom, what about you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all on board with the Sakamoto hype train. I love the bloke. And what a prospect that is for Van Eyck terrorising defenders for 80 minutes and bring on Sakamoto and he'll do the same thing. It's such a big improvement in terms of the squads. We might have lost the individual star power, but the squad is so much stronger this season. And
no one's mentioned the 2 songs that we've lost. We've got to make up for those, hasn't it?
We've got those. But I think it's only going to get better because we've got a new signing coming back very shortly. He's put his boots on last week. He's back on the grass. and he is my favourite player. I don't care that I'm 50. He still is my favourite player. But Callum O'Hare's due back very, very soon. He ain't far away now. I mean, that's going to be key, isn't it? That having that energy, that high press with Sims, Godden, O'Hare pressing. Then you've got Eric, Van Eric coming down the right, you putting the press on. You've got De Silva putting the press on the left. There's going to be a lot more high pressing this season, I think, don't you?
Yeah, just really exciting football. It's like exciting football to watch, isn't it? That sort of and I think the thing with O'Hare is that he does just bring that excitement to the team and that energy that just gives everyone like a natural lift. I think once he's back, that's just an extra level, isn't it? And what's nice, I think, is like Thomas has said about the quality of the squad, which obviously is much better this season. But hopefully that will also mean that Callum doesn't have to be rushed back. I think last season, because we were short, we had to really try and push him back in really quickly. We're not as desperate this season, so hopefully we can phase him back in gradually and not risk like a reoccurrence of any problems, and that'll be better as well.
I think Claudio's made a good point as well.
Go on, yeah.
I think Claudio's made a really good point in the chat about all the players, plus even the subs that came on, were all our own.
Yeah.
And they're all contracted players as well, 3 or 4 years. So the future's bright, isn't it? And there's no loanees at all.
Well, that's it. Once Ellis Sims starts scoring goals, and you've got like Ellis, Wright, and Godden firing, and then you've got like Palmer, O'Hare, Sakamoto. I mean, it's like it's really like exciting, isn't it? Because that could be really something like that is really to get excited about.
I mean, Ben Sheep. I mean, I thought Exeter Ben Sheep had a shocker, but then he scored a goal. He didn't have the best game at Leicester. He didn't have the best game at Wimbledon. But on Saturday, because Hamer's gone, Ben Sheaf just stepped up to the plate Saturday, and no one could get past him. He was bloody brilliant. And the guy, he was like Sims was when he first joined. Everyone getting on his back. He was giving the ball away, blah, 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 blah. He's no good. He's no good. And the guy Saturday just absolutely shone for me. Now, we're on about names, Latibodio. Right? I've only just learned how to pronounce that. Right? William's been trying to teach me for the last 2 weeks how to pronounce his name, and I've been all different names. Right? We've got all these funny names flying around. Now, Sky Blue Saturn is going to make it even harder for Clive, because he's just said, I don't know if you've seen this one. What about Huju Jarden? Imagine Hadji and Huju. Clive would be going, Huju, Hadji. I don't know what he'd be doing. He'd be all over the place. But Huju Jordan from Dutch football. I don't know who that is. So if you can really tell us who it is, that'd be great. Let's have a look at some more comments. Claudio. Oh, Sunderland is 3 p.m. kickoff. Sorry, it is a 3 p.m. kickoff. Sorry, Claudio. I thought it was midday. We have got another midday, though, haven't we? Haven't we? Or am I imagining it? I'm imagining it. Must be imagining it.
Sure.
I thought we had another 12 o'clock. I think I'm just away with all the fairies at the moment. What a chant that Sakamoto won is by the way. Chant. Oh, yeah, the chant. Yeah, I don't know it all, but it's good. Did you hear the Sakamoto chant?
It's a bit complicated, isn't it? I still can't quite get it into my head properly.
It will come.
It's not quite like the right one, is it? That's
it is. Yeah. When you score, you make the city sing. Saka on the wing, Sakamoto on the wing. Every time you're on the ball, we know there's going to be a goal. Our superstar from Tokyo. Yeah, that's my shirt in the background. It's got Tokyo on it, and it's got Sakamoto on it. So, hey, our superstar from Tokyo. Has anyone been to Japan?
No, I've not been to Japan. It's on my list.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list. I'd love to go to Japan. Have you been, Wayne?
No, I'm going abroad Saturday.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Swansea.
Wales? Oh, I've got my passport ready. Will's passport's arrived in time. That's good, isn't it?
Don't go on the M4.
Peno Tomo's gone. Look at what our scouts do and the success of it. Yeah. The signings will be from Europe. Yeah, I think I don't know what you think about this, Steve and Tom, but I said to Will after the season finished, I said I could see us going into the European market and start drawing players in, because if you look at the prices of our players now, it's ridiculous money, and it's just, I mean, it's just daft. I mean, who's that lad from Brighton that's just gone for 117 million? I mean, you imagine if we're in the Premier League now and we're having to compete with 117 million pound transfers. So, Steve and Tom, do you think we're doing the right thing? Do you think it's and probably a sell-on clause as well if we do sell them further down the line? Do you think we're doing the right thing going to Europe?
I think so. I mean, to be honest, I really, really wanted McNally back. I thought we absolutely had to have him. And I think Burnley just didn't like it because we wouldn't let Gus go for 4 million or whatever the miserly sum they offered us. So I was really disappointed with that. But there's better bargains to be had in Europe. Definitely. You get more money for you get more for your money, and it's definitely the right place to go. And you know, we've seen the success of it in the past with Gus as being best example.
And we seem to have good links with the Dutch league and the Belgian league. We signed a few players from those two. So, you know, they're high quality leagues at the end of the day. The players are cheaper. You get, like you said, more for your money. So why not, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Andy Littlewood's put Sakamoto is a ninja. We live and die in these towns. Sakamoto and Wright, for me, both are going to cause a lot of teams in the championship issues. Yeah, I totally agree with that. They're just going to. I just think teams are just going to struggle. It's just something about it. It was like when Callum O'Hare first signed for his team, struggled with Callum O'Hare, and they didn't know how to cope with him. The first season, they just didn't know what they were up against, and they learnt it the following season. So he had to change his style of play, how he played, but he adapted really well, I thought. What else we got? Claudio. Oh, you've mentioned that about Claudio, haven't you? So I'm going to talk about Palmer. Palmer's come back from injury. He's looking mighty fresh, looking mighty sharp. Excuse me. What do you make to Palmer, Wayne?
I think he's good. I think he's gone from strength to strength since we signed him. Yeah, again, the management and assistant management and the team are bringing him on. I think he's got a bigger chance this year, you know, with O'Hare being injured at the beginning of it, to make his mark and make a position his own, which I think every position should be anyway. You know, everybody should be fighting everybody. I think it's healthy and it works out better for the team. But yeah, from what I've seen of it so far, a few wayward passes, but you're going to get them, aren't you, on percentages. You know, if they some of them paid off, they'd be absolutely stunning moves and passes. So yeah, I like him. I really like him. I like his attitude. He seems to speak to the fans after the games. You know, I think he's down to earth. I think he's great.
Really, Vic, that saying about the fans after the game, that at Exeter cracked me up when he could walk around the edge of the pitch. It took him 10 minutes to get to the dugout because everyone was having their sign all the massive pictures taken.
And the home fans, he was took the home fans.
Yeah, he's great, isn't he, Vic? He's brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's the thing with a lot of our players, isn't it? Though there's that nice integration with the fans and the players. They all seem happy to spend a bit of time, and that's nice, isn't it? Especially like for the kids and that.
Yeah, I think it's great. And Steve and Tom, have you bumped into Casey?
No, I haven't, but I've got to say I was really worried about him after Wembley. I thought that could have destroyed him. We all know he was injured, but to get subbed on and then subbed off because it clearly wasn't working in such a big occasion, such a massive game, I was worried that could have destroyed him. So what I've seen so far, he's shown good confidence and come back really well, I think.
And like Vicky said earlier, the longer he's playing as well as he is now, it means we don't have to rush our hair back. So, you know, that's a benefit to the team. And I think that, again, you say the integration of the players and the fans, it's one of the benefits of having not been in the Premier League recently. You see some of the teams that have come down and their players want nothing to do with the fans, whereas it's almost like we're a big club with a bit of a small club feel, in a way.
Well, leagues have got a couple of players that are refusing to play.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for me, it amazes me. He cracks me up sometimes because when he's running with the ball, he'll get tackled and he's still got the ball and he looks down and goes, I've still got it. He's still for some reason the ball sticks to him, and he has, you know what I mean, and he looks it down and he's thinking, "Oh, I've still got it. I better carry on running," and he does. He's surprised at himself that he's still got the ball. Now we're nearly at the end of the show. We've just going over a little bit, but because I want to just talk. Last part of the show. Excuse me. Kits. Now, Kits for me this season, the club have missed a massive trick. All right, the club. I mean, this is nice. A little Hawaiian shirt. That's nice. That's all right. That's in the shops. Happy days. Got that with my birthday money, so that didn't cost me anything. So thank you for my birthday money. Whoever gave me the money for that one, I had loads anyway. But vouchers for the shop it was. But I mean, Kits. 21st of August. All right, kids are back at school in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We ain't got the kit. We ain't got the shirt. Away kit was leaked when we went to Exeter. The third kit was leaked when we went to Exeter. They only released the away kit this week, and they still ain't launched the third kit. Now, for me, if I was Doug King, I'd be fuming because you've missed the whole of June, July for sales. I know the kit has sold loads and loads of shirts, right? And they've took the money. They've got the money for the shirts. The shirts ain't been delivered yet. But for me, I think they've had a shocker. And I mean, they've had a shocker. And whoever's in charge of all that, I think Doug needs to grab hold of them and have a little tap on the wrist and say, "Look, you know, what you doing, man? What you doing? This club, the fans, it's a beautiful kit celebrating 140 years. I knew it'd be nice. And it is nice. I love it. I'm disappointed with the red and blue one because I wish the checks had been on the sleeves and on the back. That would have just made it. But it's still nice. And from what I've seen of the green and black one, looks all right as well. Now, Vic, do you think they've had a mare?
Yeah, although I was reading the other day, I don't know if it was Sheffield United, but there was another club and they've not had their shirts yet either. So I don't know if it's a supply problem from external to the club. There's obviously other clubs being affected as well. So somebody's had a shocker, and you wonder what sort of contractual terms there were and whether there's some breaches there and might make a bit of money back. I don't know, but yeah, because like you said, everyone's going on holiday. Kids are going on holiday. They want the shirt to take and wear, and yeah, so it's a bit of a mare, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it really is a mare. I mean, Wayne. I mean, what do you make to it all?
I'm enjoying getting some of my old shirts out. To be honest with you, I think there was a delay in the sponsorship from what I was seeing and reading. So I don't know whether the King of Shaves was going to be the original sponsor, or they were trying to deal with someone else and he came in late, so they weren't going to get them printed on time. But it still seems a long time. Yeah, it shouldn't be happening, but unfortunately it has. The season tickets have only just arrived. You know, for me, as long as I'm getting 3 points week in, week out, I'm happy. I could wait for a shirt.
I think for me, yeah, but for me though, I think it's they've missed a trick, and we all want the club to be successful. Doug King wants the club to be successful, and we've missed a whole summer of sales. Now we missed the whole Christmas of sales last season, which buggered it right up because of the shop and everything, right? And this season we've missed the sales of the shirts. And last season, I don't know if you remember, they didn't have any training kits in. That worked till November, and then they sold out of goalie shirts and things like that.
I'm not disagreeing.
When you go to other clubs, you know, when you go to other clubs like, I don't know, when you went to Exeter, they had shirts, right? Okay, they sold out home. They only had away shirts left, but you go to these clubs who have got a real. I know we're going to have a new shop, which it's fantastic. Can't wait to do it. I'm going to do a live stream on that when it opens. I'm going to go be the front of the queue. But that's if I beat Dave to it. I might have to get a bigger tent and beat him to the, Dave K. I might have to get a tent and sleep outside the shop ready to do a live stream when it opens. But for me, I just think they've missed a trick. Stephen, Tom, what do you think? Do you think they've missed a trick about this through the summer?
Yeah, I think it's become a bit of a reoccurring theme of Hummel is that the kits come out late and there's always a bit of a problem getting stock in, but it's probably a bit of a trade-off. You can have a template kit from Nike and they churn them out. You have loads in stock all the time, but it's a bit of a boring kit. Or you can have a nice kit with Hummel because every kit we've had at Hummels been a banger. But maybe it takes them a bit longer to fill up stocks and whatever. But I think for me, the biggest trick they missed was not getting Zola to do a photo for the away top.
Yeah. And Steve?
Yeah, I agree. Do you remember Zola? Because we lent Chelsea the away kit, didn't we? And it was really similar.
I showed Paul at work today. He says, "Oh, is that the away kit?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I think it was '97, wasn't it? Was it '97? I think it was that we played Chelsea, and it was that they turned up with their home kit. They forgot to bring the away kit. The kit man forgot to pack it, and they said to Gordon Strachan, 'You've got to play in your away kit. We're playing in our home kit.' And Gordon Strachan turned around and said, 'No, you're playing in our away kit, and we're playing in our home kit because we're at home.' So they had to wear our shirts. And Martin, my cousin, always remind me of this. Frank de Boer. How did you say his name? Anyway, he took his shirt off and stood on it on the centre circle. Idiot. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's an iconic kit, isn't it? But I mean, what do you think, Steve? Do you think they've missed a trick here? I mean, don't bother me because I ain't going abroad till October, so I'm fine. So I'll have mine by then. So happy days. But do you think they've missed a trick?
Oh, undoubtedly, it's financially poor. I think everyone's agreeing on that, really. But, like Tom said, that's the trade-off with a smaller kit supplier, isn't it? And I'd far rather be in this situation and have the standard Nike top that Chelsea wearing, and we've got like a sky blue version of it. So I'd rather it this way. But yeah, of course, financially, we missed the trick big time. We've got to be more on the ball.
Yeah. I mean, someone's just put up. Danny Drawy's put up. He says, think it's a real whatever. To be honest, why can't they just release all the kits at the same time or like a week after, something like that? Yeah, I think the issue as well is that, if I'm not mistaken, I was told last week at my party the reason they haven't released the away kit and the third kit is because they need to sell the home shirt to pay for the dispatch of the away kits. So it's like a rolling thing. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I was told at my party the other week. Now, Steve, before we wrap it up, because we have come to the end of this show, you want to talk a little bit about travel? What pub can we all go in at the weekend?
Yeah. So, it's Wales versus South Africa on Saturday. It kicks off at 3:15 in the Millennium Stadium, and it's our last warm-up game before the World Cup. We had about 66,000 for the England game, which we won, and we were there. And I'm not sure what the crowd's going to be like Saturday. It's not a sellout, but I would imagine.
But you didn't beat 12 men on Saturday.
But
you did beat 12 men on Saturday. I was there.
Yeah. But honestly, I would not go down the M4 between Newport and Cardiff. It'll be absolutely chocker unless you're extremely, extremely early. What I would do from Coventry, go down the M50, and then you go through Monmouth and get off at Abergavenny Raglan, and then you go over the heads of the valley and you're into Swansea. But that's definitely what I would be doing if I was driving. I wouldn't be touching the M4.
Say those words again, because for me, they're all like just letters all muddled up together, and they don't mean anything to me. Say those words again.
Well, it's my hometown, Abergavenny. I'm
Abergavenny.
But
okay,
yeah, you just come down through Monmouth, and then it's the next turning off, really. Abergavenny. It's probably signposted Raglan, because that's the immediate place you go to, Raglan, and then over to Abergavenny, and then head to the valley towards Merthyr, and it goes straight over down into Swansea, and you totally miss out Cardiff, because so there'll be a lot of South African fans based in England that'll be coming across the M4, and likewise there's a lot of Welsh fans that live in England that come across for the game, and it goes down to 2 lanes just before Newport, what we call the Bringlass Tunnels, and it'll be absolutely chocker. So
what time kick-off's
that? Sorry, what time kick-off? 3:15.
Where's it 3:15?
Yeah, it's only 15 minutes after us.
Yeah.
I mean, the bad news is me and Tom have had to get the 10 o'clock train, so we're going to be in the pub really early.
That's a shame, isn't it?
And
We got to leave home at 8:30.
yeah,
That's what we say to my mum anyway.
yeah. And talking of
Have a
the
nice
pub,
lie-in.
last year for the Swansea.
Well, you've got to get the 10 o'clock train.
Yeah, Miles, he told us to go into this pub right close to the ground, and we were there about 11:30, and it was all quite nice. Few Cov fans, the odd Swans fan, but it very quickly became a home pub, and I was quite glad to get out of there. The whole pub was chanting 3-0, and you messed it up, and I was just glad to get out of there.
Yeah.
But talking to the South Wales Sky Blue fans, and I'm member number 14, so you could tell there's not millions of us. What's the name of the place they're meeting at? Queen's Hotel.
In the city centre.
In the city centre, Queen's Hotel. So we're going to give that a go.
Right. Okay. And how far is that from the ground? So we've got a park near the ground. How far is that from the ground?
2 miles. It's
In the city centre,
it's walkable. It's 2 miles. But it's walkable.
Have a
but
word,
it
will
is-
you?
It is a bit of a walk. It is a bit of a walk. I'll be jumping
Oh,
in. a
walkable.
Miles is getting old. Miles is getting old now. We can't do walking. He's over 50.
That's why I want you to join us. So,
Walkable, 2 miles.
yeah, so we could jump in the taxi with you paying. That'd be great.
I'm going to KFC. I don't know. Hey, listen, right, we've had a great night tonight. It's been great to be back on. Hey, do you know what? This £100 was well worth spent, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Reckon?
definitely.
If it was worth spent, it's all right, isn't it? It's
You're cutting out.
Deco mesh internet. Not a clue. I just seen the review, bought it.
You're
Seems
cutting
to
out,
work all right
Miles.
tonight.
You're cutting out.
Hey,
You're cutting out.
say that again. No, I'm not. Shut up. So big thank you very much to Victoria Oates. Thanks for coming on, Vicky.
Pleasure as
Absolutely
always.
fantastic. You're not coming Saturday, are you?
No, unfortunately not. A bit gutted the nearer we get to it, especially after last Saturday. But yeah, still wishing for 3 points.
look out.
Come on.
Look out for the live stream outside the ground and inside
Well
the
done.
ground Saturday, as long as my phone arrives tomorrow. Wayne, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Hope you've enjoyed it. And the dog's
as always.
squeaking his ball.
He got put outside.
And Steve and Tom, it depends what time we get there. We might not be able to get there in time, but if we do, we'll head over. What was the name of that pub again?
Queen's Hotel.
The
Queen's.
Queen's Hotel.
Queen's Hotel.
Queen's. Okay, we'll try our very best. If we get there early enough, we'll jump in a taxi and get across to you. You can buy me a gin and tonic. I'm on a diet at the moment. I'm trying to get me beach body ready for the holiday in October, so I'm on a diet. I've been doing a lot. Been on it a month. Listen, thanks, guys. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's been an absolute scream. Thank you so much to everybody that has made comments tonight. I'm sorry I couldn't get through all of them. But, you know, I'll be back on again Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock live stream from the Swansea.com stadium now, isn't it? It's not Liberty Way or anything like that. It's Swansea.com stadium. I'll be live at 2 o'clock. Ken hopefully will be on the camera. And we'll be going around the ground chatting to some fans. I'm hoping they got fridge magnets this year. That's the only reason I'm going, really, because the last 2 years they ain't had any. I'm hoping early on in the season they'll have a fridge magnet for me. So yeah, but just a big thank you to everyone that has watched the show, made comments tonight. Big thank you to all our sponsors: Sky Blue Tavern, Dillon's Brewery, Mr. View Sky, Neon Now, Central Health Safety Solutions, CCFC Print, and A Hawks on who does all our branding, our logo for our badge, which is great. And I just want to say thank you to the guests again. Give us a big play up Sky Blues before we go.
Play up Sky.
Play up Sky Blues.
Sky Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.